Welcome. My name's Gaynor from FitFish, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about eating in the evening. So you may have heard that eating late at night isn't that great for you, but where does this come from and why? In my Healthy, Whole and Free Forever group, so that's the group that continues after the original Healthy, Whole and Free program, we look at all kinds of different things and we delve a bit deeper and look into some of the science behind nutrition. And over the last six episodes of a series, we've been looking at circadian rhythms and the circadian clock. It used to be thought that we had a body clock, a kind of 24-hour clock, but it wasn't known that every single cell in our body has a clock in it, which is absolutely amazing. So more and more research is coming out now about how important the timing of our eating is, as well as what we eat. So we've been looking at the circadian clock and digestion recently. And it used to be thought that the digestive system was a bit like a boiler. So you could just throw food into it at any time and your digestive system would be able to deal with it. But now we know that it's heavily related to our circadian rhythms and the circadian clocks inside our body. And in fact, the circadian clocks in our intestinal tract, so our gastrointestinal tract, everything that's involved with digestion, they're some of the most sensitive and they take longer to adjust. So they're really, really important clocks, and it's important that we honor and respect them when it comes to our health, when we're eating and the timing of our eating. So first, I'm going to give you 3 tips, 3 reasons why eating later in the evening isn't that great for you. And the first one is that whenever we see a food, or we eat a food, or we think about food, so maybe it reaches a certain time and you start thinking about food, you get saliva in your mouth. And saliva produces some enzymes that help with digestion. And so these enzymes start being produced in your mouth as soon as you start looking at food or eating food. But that also starts to increase the stomach acid production. So even before the food has reached your stomach acid is being produced and your digestive system is starting. So when you start eating, your body gets warmer. And so even if you have just a glass of wine or a few nibbles in the evening, your body starts gearing up for digesting your food. So not just your mouth, not just your stomach, but your whole digestive system, and your body gets a lot warmer. So that's a reason why it's harder to sleep at night when you've been eating in the evening, because your body temperature goes up. And normally when you go to sleep, your body temperature goes down. And so when your body temperature goes down, your body starts getting ready to sleep. But when it goes up, it's on high alert and doesn't think it's sleep time. So that's one reason why eating late at night isn't that great for you. Another reason is because every time we eat, the stomach lining gets damaged during the digestion process. This is normal. We have mucus in our stomach, and we also have some bumpy cells in our stomach lining. And the mucus gets depleted and the stomach cells get damaged every time we digest food. And we need the breaks in between eating to repair. So between 10 and 14% of our cells get changed every day when we repair ourselves. And nighttime is so important for that reparation, if that's a word. So if we don't give our body long enough break to recover, then our stomach lining doesn't recover properly, and this can lead to things like leaky gut. Okay, so that's the second reason why eating at night isn't so great for you, because it doesn't give your stomach chance to be repaired again and the stomach lining to be repaired. And the third reason is when food reaches our intestines, it gets pushed along. It gets pushed along by different muscles, and it takes 24 to 48 hours for food to come out the other end. And this is a really important part of digestion, but it's much more active in the day. You probably noticed that you don't wake up in the middle of the night to go for a number 2, because our digestion slows down overnight and the food isn't being squeezed along the tract. So in the evening, we really need gravity to help us because our muscles aren't pushing as strong, aren't working as strong. So if you eat too late at night and then you lie down, guess what? Your food doesn't move along your system because gravity isn't helping. It takes a lot of extra work and it can't necessarily happen. So food gets stuck in your intestines for longer than it would have done had you eaten in a day. So that's another reason. So there's 3 reasons there. So we started off with the fact that your body gets warmer when you eat, which makes it trickier to sleep at night. Then we looked at the stomach lining not having enough chance to repair itself if you eat too late into the evening. And then we looked at the fact that your intestines can't push the food along if you lie down after you've eaten. Okay, so I hope that gives you some thoughts, some insights, and maybe encourages you to look at your eating habits. At FitFish, we aim to be as balanced as we can be most of the time. So it's not something we can always avoid eating in the evening, but in your day-to-day, in your default behavior, can you shift your evening eating? Can you be aware of any snacking? So you may have had your main meal and finished, but actually you do grab something later in the evening. And drinks actually count too. So unless it's water or a herbal tea, then that also counts. So some milk in tea or a glass of wine, that will count as well. So can you think about bringing your evening eating forward slightly so that it doesn't affect your health as much? And maybe you'll find some relief to symptoms that you experience like heartburn, indigestion, IBS, diarrhea, constipation, etc. Okay, let me know what was helpful about that for you. Was it new information? Was it interesting? And any changes that you're going to make. And I shall see you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.